Welcome back, guys. In our last video we learned how to submit a form using Ajax and how to log the validation errors in the console. So today we are going to learn how to display the errors in the browser for the user to see. So the sample validation error. So let's try and log each of them differently. Okay, so this is the form submission logic here. So what are we going to do? We're going to log the error separately. So respond MSG, MSG. So let's go up, refresh, submit. Okay, we're having them separate now. Let's loop. This is a whole array of validation error. Let's loop. Let's assign to a variable. We say let errors be equal to response.msg. So we have a dollar sign on each function. And we have errors. Let's try something. Let's say console.log. See what we will get. Error. Okay, let's refresh and let's see. You have 111, right? Okay, so it's bringing each index instead. Okay, let's say index then error, index then error. Let's try it out. Okay, let's submit. Okay, the username is required, the population is required. Okay, so in a function, so the first parameter is the index, and every array has an index, but here we don't need the index for anything, we just need the error itself, so we are not going to. But let's try something. Let's see error comma index comma error. Refresh and let's submit the form again. Get it? So that's it. But we don't need a zero, we don't need the index, so just take it out from here. Just pick the error itself. Now we need to okay, so we need to create a div around this place, or a space for the errors to be displayed there. So before that, let's go to our HTML, because this don't need them. So now for each of the error, so this is how we're gonna do it. For each of the errors, we're gonna have a div, then for each of the error we just append the error messages there. So now form, just paste a snippet here. But you don't need to display. Okay, let me remove this. Say class error. Class of custom errors. Then let me get rid of this. Okay, let's see. It's displaying something. Let me get rid of that for now. You only display it, so give it an ID of error div. Okay, so where's our JavaScript? Now it's errors. Response, let's say 200, do this one 200. So code is 200. Then you have MSG. Sorry, app MSG. So if the code is not 200 and the code is 401, that means the 401 is an error. Yeah, so let's do that. So response message. So let's check if response dot code is 200. It's not 200. It's not 200. That means it's an error. That means an error. So we just let's bring the logic here. Yes, also. Okay, Kaido, kudos. One Piece. Okay. It's not 200. Yeah, so let's see. Okay, so it's working. And now, if it's not 200, then I have this one as error message. Yeah, so we're coming to append the errors in the div. So for each of the error we have, let me close the now for each of them we have our custom error here. So we say say error list or error list as this class. It's a class. You can choose to make it an ID, that's fine. I go with a class. So you have error append. So you're gonna append the li. Let's say hello. Let's do a test to say hello. Let's see what if you get something. Okay, yeah, so let's run a test. Let's refresh, then let's submit. So you see hello coming here. Ideally it's supposed to be the validation message. Yeah, so let's go back to the code error list append. So remember you're supposed to, here is supposed to be an li here, something like this. So yeah, you scroll too much. So here li, so you have your li, then error. Yeah, so there's an error. So let's do this. Make sure so concatenate. This is how I concatenate in JavaScript. Then JavaScript. Yeah. Try again. Yeah, so we have the error messages here. Now we want to display it with a red background. So let's do this way. So remember we have our error div. Where is it? Error div here. The ID. Now you can also say comma error div. Okay, error div be equal to it's an ID. So if it's an error, you see error div because it's already an error, because no, it's not 200. You see error div dot add class. yeah, so everything is working as planned, right? So these are, you can make it nicer by displaying the validation error under each of these fields so that they become unique as standalone, so that the user will know that the error is for maybe last name. Person do not fill the last name, so let's fill username. CodeLikeIce. Okay, let's refresh. Username, first name, let's type anything. Hello, let's test. Okay, so here email address field is required, mobile number, so these two fields. Yeah, so that's how you display the validation errors. Thanks for watching. In our next video you're going to learn how to do live data append. So the moment you submit the form and insert into the DB, you're going to learn how to display it into the page without refreshing the page.